Hi, it's Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Here at Blog Post, I want to share the course review the latest of social media and technology. AT&T is the official mobile network of the Chris Voss Show for South by Southwest, and they have hooked us up with two wonderful AT&T products that you can use to do MIFI, because during the Chris Voss Show news run of South by Southwest, cruising all over it for 6 days, we're going to need some serious MiFi help to upload and download the video that you guys will be expecting from us. So they've sent us 2 units. You can go to AT&T.com. Thanks AT&T for hooking us up. We've got the AT&T Unite here, which is a MiFi, and we've got the AT&T Mobile Hotspot MiFi Liberate. So we're going to be reviewing both these on separate videos, so be sure to search for each one. Let's break into each of them now. Okay, so let's tear open the AT&T Mobile Hotspot MiFi Liberate. This thing looks pretty cool. It's got this serious looking touchscreen to it that looks pretty nice. We've got your quick start guide. Let's go ahead and pull out the MiFi itself. Wow, that's good looking. It's fairly, it's kind of, I don't want to say heavy, but it's definitely got some weight to it. You can see here the screen looks like we've got some pull-off stuff. We've got the power on button over here. We've got your charging sync port area there. Looks like we got a pull for use. That's probably for the battery that's inside of it. We'll get some more into that. Looks like there's a place for a micro SD card to put in this thing. That's always good to have. And looks like it's got some rubber grommets on the bottom to be able to protect. I imagine it sits like this for the most part. And not sure what this is. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, I broke it already. Okay, so we've got, looks like a Novatel wireless battery that's in here that can pop in and out. And then looks like, not sure if I'm pulling this out the right way, it looks like we have our SIM card that's right here that jams right in that little baby. Looks like we've got a reset button, and that's pretty much it. Looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pull off the slicky thingies and do that with them. And you can see here the screen as it is there. So what we're going to do is we're going to play with it, charge it up, and see how it works. Okay, so we took the Novatel wireless MiFi from AT&T on the road with us, and man, it kicked butt. It was a joy to use. Having the touchscreen is awesome. It's got a great feature-rich touchscreen, and we had a great experience. Now, what we did is we took this on the hard road with us for 7 days, South by Southwest, and used it as a MiFi, and it just kicked butt. The whole crew was able to use the MiFi, get easy access to it, log in, and with South by Southwest, our biggest concern was getting all the videos and photos uploaded. And man, this thing worked much better than just trying to upload the photos through the phones and everything else that we had, and it just kicked butt. Now, the great thing about this Novatel wireless is you've got several different features that come with it. You can see here you've got a touch screen that you can take and utilize, and in doing so you've got several different menu options. We'll walk through them. This thing is really feature rich on what you can do. You've got a place for your micro SD card, so what's really awesome is if you run out of space on stuff that you're working with, you can take it over here and store it over here. For connection details, you can go in and see your network name, password. You can go ahead and program this any which way you choose. You can even set the maximum number of devices. In this case, we have 10 that are on here. You can even hook it into your computer and make different changes that you want to take and do to it. Very customizable. I love the screen, and it sits pretty well wherever it is. And the nice thing is I kept it in my pocket a lot of the time. I just put it in my pocket and walked around with it, and it pretty much did the job as we were going. Data usage, you can track your data usage that you may have. It can tell you how much is in your plan, how much is remaining, when your plan restarts, international roaming. So you can totally keep track with how much data you're using, what you're doing, and keep yourself from possibly getting into overages if that's the case. You can also see the connected devices that are on your MiFi. You can also block different devices if they get on the MiFi. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got settings where you can go in and set airplane mode, cellular data mode, international roaming mode, screen timeout, screen brightness, sound alert, device Wi-Fi range, USB mode, additional settings. All this can be done from the screen. It's really freaking great and easy. Now, we flip the cards in and out of the device because we had several cards from AT&T, being the official mobile network of the Chris Voss Show at a lot of different events. And we actually ended up with a card that's in here that's actually tied to one of my phone accounts, and you can see there's messages in here. So if you're using your AT&T card, you can put it in here and use it, and you can also be able to respond to your messages that you're getting that people might be texting you or sending you. I really like this. This is really awesome. You could basically take your AT&T card out of your other phone that you might be using, put it in here, use this as your MiFi, and then all you got to do is Wi-Fi between the two, and away you go. So pretty cool. File sharing. This is what's really nice too. This thing will do file sharing for you, where if you have a micro SD card, it'll actually act as an information hub. It'll give you instructions for how to log in through Windows, Mac, and everything else, and even tablets. So really cool. You can store like movies on here, you can store music on here, and you can play it and take it with you. And so it's freaking awesome. You just put your micro SIM card in there, you've got access to that data, and you can go ahead and enjoy it. If you're on a plane, you want to watch a movie, listen to some music or whatever on your tablet, but you don't have it on your tablet, you can put it on here, you can be able to access it. Really freaking a cool device. I mean, we were super impressed with the Novatel. What else do we have here? Now, this is crazy. We've got the Media Center. On the Media Center here, you've got an access where you can turn this on. You can play from a web browser, play media from a DLNA compatible device. Many of your newer Androids have that ability, so you can do that too. So you can use this to play music through it. GPS. This thing has its own GPS system. Well, you can turn it on or off. We have it off right now to conserve battery, but if you do want it on, you can turn it on. Wi-Fi protected setup. This is where you can set up the name of your Wi-Fi and everything else, and pins, all that sort of good stuff. Actually, this is probably for a higher security level, etc., etc. And then let's take a look at the last one, the About page. This is where you can do firmware updates, software updates, help, customer service, and how to operate the device. You see on the top, it tells us how many bars we're getting, AT&T, 4G, the time, how many messages I have, how many units are linked into the MiFi, and of course our battery level. It had incredible battery level, I got to tell you. This thing pretty much got me through a whole day of playing at South by Southwest. I would say 8 to 12 hours that we would have it on the road. I don't think we ran out of charge once. Now, we did have chargers with us on the road, but this thing pretty much after, I believe you can set the time, but after like 30 seconds or a minute or something, the screen does shut down. And in doing so, it's basically just running the MiFi in the background, but you're not burning a bunch of battery with that screen being on, which is really, really smart. And of course, it has a swipe open that you can easily turn it back on just by swiping it. But that really keeps your battery from burning down by being able to turn off the screen. And it's awesome. And like I said, it fits in your pocket really, really well. It's great. You pull it out when you need to for, maybe you're out to lunch or something like that. I got to tell you, this thing has become such a little favorite toy of mine. It used to be that when I would go to out to eat or run an errand or any one of the different things that I would take and do, I just take my phone and just expect the AT&T network to work good for me. For some reason, this thing moves faster at getting the data up for me. So I actually take this with me when I go to the restaurants, when I go to stores now and stuff like that, and I know I'm going to be doing some work on my tablets or my phones or anything of that nature. I'll want to tap into them and do it. And the great thing about AT&T is they've got the fastest up and down data speeds. They just rock and roll. So combining that with the Novatel wireless device is awesome. It's a beautiful device too that everyone who saw it at South by Southwest was like, "Ooh, what is that little toy?" I'm like, "It's mine. You can't have it." So we were just super impressed with it. We had a great time with it. Like I said, I was really surprised by the battery life. I can't speak enough to that. It's got that big coil of battery in the back. The battery life was awesome. I mean, I literally just put it in my pocket or my bag and forgot that we had it most of the day, and we just sat there uploading massive amounts of photos and videos and everything else, and we just rock and rolled. And we didn't have this on our trip to CS, so we paid for it. We could not get hardly anything loaded up, and it was a nightmare. And trying to load to Facebook, if you screw up a couple times, they won't let you upload for a while. They kind of lock you down. This thing just kept us boogie boarding, and you just upload. It was great. So can't speak enough highly of the Novatel MIFI. Go to AT&T.com, check it out. You can probably go to Novatel's websites, but the great place to buy this is at your local AT&T store, or you can go to AT&T.com and order it for yourself. Highly recommend it. And as always, we love the folks at AT&T. They've been very supportive of the Chris Voss Show, and the service you're going to get from them is great. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. Be sure to check in the Chris Voss Show often, and check out the Novatel wireless products that you find on the internet, and also go to AT&T.com. Pick yourself up one of these. This is really great. If you're a couple and you're going out to like a restaurant to eat, you're both going to be playing with your cell phones, this is a great toy to have, because that way you get this great, speedy, ultra-fast MiFi system you can take and use to get your data up and down. You can watch videos on the road, everything else. I mean, anytime I know where I'm going to be sitting and using my phone, my tablets anymore, this puppy's going with me. I love it. So be sure to check it out. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com. Be sure to check back often.